let's talk about the evolution of confidence. This is about how do we match where we are in life with our confidence, which means I cannot say, for example, oh, I'm arrived. Hey, I have enough self-confidence. I don't need to work on it, because every new growth, every new success brings new challenge, new doubts, new fears. And therefore, I need to go ahead of the curve to develop my confidence to the next level, to make sure
Mhm.
that my confidence is ready when I make my next move. Would you give us the evolution? How do we grow? How do we keep on updating and increasing our self-confidence?
Well, one of the keys, AZ, is that growth mindset. Of course, the groundbreaking book, Mindset by Carol Dweck, exceptional researcher and author, who really laid this out a number of years ago, is that the fixed mindset says, "Oh, I'm the smart one, or I'm the athletic one, or I'm the good-looking one, or the charismatic one, or I'm a good salesperson," right? And it's like a fixed thing. That's how my makeup, my DNA determines it, and it can't be adjusted. But the growth mindset says, no, all of that, my looks, my intelligence, everything can be improved upon and changed with concerted effort and feedback and that kind of thing. So the most important part is to realize that confidence is an emotion, it's a state, it's not a permanent thing. I can't say, oh, I'm a self-confident person. No, I'm self-confident a lot of the time, it is not a particular trait. It's one that comes and goes. It's just like being afraid or any other feeling we may have that goes with it. But having that growth mindset is so critical to say, all right, where do I need to grow? Where are my strengths? And acknowledge those and build on those, but also understand your limitations or your opportunities for improvement and to work on those. A couple of the other selves that help with this is self-control and self-discipline. So I look those as self-control as being able to stop myself from doing the things I know I shouldn't do. And self-discipline is being able to make myself do the things I don't really want to do, but I know I should do them. Brian Tracy, another great author and speaker who I've seen a couple of times and read some of his books, said a great saying once. He goes, if we did everything we knew we should do when we knew we should do it, life would be fantastic. If we already know what we should do and we already know when we should do it, it's just making ourselves do it or not do it at the right time is what gets us the results that we're looking for.
Awesome, awesome. You emphasize the importance of self-control and self-discipline. I want to expand a little bit on that one.
Sure.
When we talk about self-control, this is about being self-aware, knowing what may cause us, for example, to doubt ourselves or to be aware of what's happening within us. If I don't control myself and what's happening, it may come out and erode my confidence. And I want to know how you yourself control yourself. What are some of the tactics that you use to make sure that you control this little voice inside? And also, what kind of things you advise your clients and your coaches? The same thing, the discipline part. Very hard. Both of them are very hard. The discipline part is the one you want to keep on growing. The discipline one is developing confidence a habit. And if it doesn't become a habit, if you don't have the resilience, the discipline, what happens? You cannot keep on growing and improving it. And I want to know how you self-discipline yourself or help others to develop self-discipline.
So a lot of it has to do with another concept that another one of the selves, which is self-compassion. And, the idea that treat yourself like you would treat a good friend, right? Be kind, understand that you're a human like everybody else, and that we all have faults and make mistakes, and we all have self-doubts, and we all have times of supreme confidence and accomplishment. And it's that open-mindedness and mindfulness of, hey, what am I feeling? What do I need to be doing? What are my, challenges and how do I overcome those? I think that's another key thing, that when we give ourselves self-compassion, we don't beat ourselves up so bad. The challenge is because it's a dichotomy between perfectionism and carelessness or being lazy. And while perfectionism is we can't accomplish that, we'll always be disappointed. There is no such thing as being perfect. We'll never accomplish that. And we're just setting ourselves up for failure if that's our habit and our default mode is to be perfect. But on the other hand, if we just say, yeah, it doesn't matter, and we're careless, I mean, truly don't care about anything, then we're going to disappoint ourselves and everybody around us. And so it's finding that a lot of this is balance, is finding that Goldilocks spot, right? You know, it's not too much, it's not too little, it's just right is where we need to be. And that goes for that self-compassion as well, which is another key thing that really helps us to achieve self-confidence.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. One thing I do to self-control myself is making sure that I'm not lazy, like you said. Whenever, for example, inside of me, if I feel fearful or if I am stressed out, I don't want to let that thing to go. I want to stop wherever I am. And I want to figure out the source for that fear, doubt, or stress. The moment I locate that, it could be maybe a conversation I had with someone a little bit earlier, or it could be the news that I have seen, something happened, I made a mistake or something, and that was causing this fear or stress, doubt. The moment I recognize that, the moment I control that and immediately change my thinking, I could recover and start to be confident. When it comes to discipline, one of the things I do right now, for example, I coach people and train people to speak in front of the camera, in front of the audience. I'm at some level, but I don't want to be lazy in terms of discipline. There are two areas I am giving priority and working on a daily, at least on a weekly basis, to make sure that I have discipline to keep on working some of the skill set that I need to increase my confidence. One of them is how to tell stories, and another one is how to pitch high-stake proposals. Even if I have some kind of confidence in speaking in front of a camera, I want to discipline myself in trying to do certain things to go to the next level. And I completely agree with you. We have to make sure that we have this self-empathy to give space for us, not to really beat ourselves down, but at the same time also making sure that we're doing certain things to make sure that we're not lazy, we're not leaving certain things that may come back to bite us.
Mm-hmm.
Any comment on this one, or anything you want to
Sure.
expand? Yeah.
You know, it's that we need to be driven and constantly looking to grow and get better. And I'm a big sports fan. I love playing sports, watching sports, and any of the great athletes fall into that category. I mean, like Tom Brady, for example, of course, you know, and we were so lucky to have him here for the years he was in Tampa Bay. And he brought that mindset of, look, constantly trying to get better and wanting feedback and having lots of people on his team to tell him where he can get better, but having that supreme confidence that, hey, I'm the GOAT, the greatest of all time. I know what I'm doing, right? And to have the focus of helping others, not just himself. And I think those are some great lessons. And some of those really come from Dale Carnegie's teachings and How to Win Friends and Influence People that you talked about. One of the key concepts in there is try honestly to see things from other people's point of view. And when we think about them, it gets us out of our own head and the self-doubt and the questioning, and gets us now very proactive in how can I help? And I think that's one of the key questions is we can ask ourselves is, hey, what can I do to help myself get better? Like we were coaching a good friend. If they came to us and said, oh, I'm taking on this challenge, I'm learning this new thing, or gosh, I'm transitioning to this new job and it scares me. What do I do? Oh, I'm not sure I can do it. We would do it with kindness, and we would say, hey, you've got this. How can I help you? Rather than, oh, you need to do this, right? and we'd want to really watch, to give them that. So we need to do the same to ourselves when we're challenging ourselves, and look for feedback that's going to help us continue to get better.
Yeah, one thing you mentioned I want to emphasize is, as much as you have to have empathy for yourself, you have to have empathy to others. And I have seen people, I have done it. For example, when you do something that scares you to help someone else, your fear goes away because it's not about you. You're trying to help, let's say, someone who is maybe even less confident than you. By doing that, you are actually building yourself